Bitcoin and crypto is getting hammered to the downside today. I tried warning you in yesterday's video about that bearish divergence that was sitting on the chart, and it was looking good to short. I've warned you in all of my previous videos. I'm looking for this final wave 5 or sub wave 5 to finish to the downside and sweep these lows. This is not a finished structure, ladies and gentlemen. I need 5 waves to finish this to the downside, and I still believe that. Obviously, I don't need much time today. I'm gonna show you momentum. I'm gonna show you liquidity. I'm gonna show you volume. All of these charts I'm gonna incorporate with Elliott wave in 5 minutes as to why, with high probability, we are going to take out these lows here. And I believe this to be the move. We did want to see at the top here, I wanted to see this take the lows then. We decided to come up and do a more complex correction here, elongate this a little more. It's no problem. I don't want to see this go up any higher, guys. I'm going to explain it all. Give me all your attention for 2 seconds. This is not financial advice. I'm not your daddy. Do your own research. These are my opinions. Ladies and gentlemen, we do got to celebrate with the classic Chart Junkies anthem. Turn up your speakers.
There she goes. There she goes again. Breaking hearts and trends. Up or down, it's all the same. Chart Junkie runs this game. There she goes.
We're going to start off here with the daily momentum chart. This is on the daily time frame for Bitcoin. And I just want to outline the significance of this. We have heavy momentum to the downside in a bearish trend. Nothing here looks bullish. Usually when we see big fat momentum, it needs at least some kind of reconciliation to go down and put in some divergence. And it looks and appears that is what we're getting here. We have a very tight wave. Usually you will see this come down, put in some kind of divergence, and then you'll get a more substantial bounce. I wanted to see that put in here when we were here. I wanted to see that put in. We didn't get it. Now it looks even better to come to the downside. I think this move is just getting started, guys. I think this move is just getting started. Most are looking for this liquidity up here to get taken. They're ready for reversal. Your bullish analysts and influencers and people on X, they've been looking for bounces all up in here. They've been looking for blow off tops all up in here. I think they gave up on the blow off top theory finally. They were looking for bounces here. Of course, they're going to be looking for bounces here. They're going to be looking for bounces. They're going to be looking up at all of these little dead cat bounces. All right. What they're failing to understand is we took massive trendline liquidity here. Taken. Done. These local highs and the liquidity that was in here. Taken. Done. Failure to hold a retest of this trend line. Done. Cut underneath. Done. This doesn't look good, guys. It's obvious to me. It's obvious to us over in Discord. I don't know why it isn't as obvious to everyone else. We took these trades. I showed you my Solana trade yesterday, I think. But we've been short in this. We're short right now. And we're holding on. I'm holding on to this. I like the potential to come and sweep these lows. And then potential for much further after that, guys. But I want to sweep these lows first. All right, let's look at this real quick. Let's look at this. On the daily time frame, just something else to look at. I showed you this volume profile yesterday and how there's nothing here. Probably going to slice down to the next area of real support right down in here. This would get us down to 69K-ish. If you know, you know. But why I'm so adamant on this is right here, and I'm not saying it's going to exactly play out like this, but this is just basic market structure playing out, ladies and gentlemen. This is as basic as it gets. We are out of this zone. We have a move with conviction out of this zone. And what happens is we move on to the next zone and we build up a range and we move to the it almost acts like a magnet to go to the next area of real support. And you can see that up in here, why I pulled a volume profile up here. Guys, I show you this stuff just to give you a bunch of different angles viewing the same thing. I mainly trade with Elliott wave theory. That is the foundation of my trading. It changed my life. That is what I'm good at. That's what I rock out with. But I show you these other aspects to give you different angles of vision on what I am looking at, if that makes any sense. So here is the volume profile angle. Up here, for example, we were in a range. We swept the highs. We moved out of said range. Where did we bottom out at? The next area of real support. This zone right here. That was where we bottomed out at and had a bigger bounce. Same exact thing, ladies and gentlemen, right here. So here is the area of interest. Pay attention to market structure. Move out of the area of volume consolidation with conviction, and we come down to the next area of real support. Now let's zoom out. Let's zoom out. Now let's take a look at this right here. Same thing. Same thing. We have our area of high volume right here. We have our manipulation out of the area. And we have our move with conviction. Conviction to the other end. We are approaching no volume. Where are we going to land? Most likely, with high probability, the next area of real support. There's going to be pullbacks along the way. It's not going to go straight down. But it will find its way down here. I know most are hoping for a move up like this before we come down here. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I, just using my Elliott wave theory rules and guidelines, I don't want to see this right here get taken out. If we start to push up here and get close to this, I mean, why wouldn't market makers take the real liquidity that's sitting here? Like, this is what they want, right? If they're going up there, that would invalidate my Elliott wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because if 4 comes into the wave 1, it's invalidated. With high probability, with high likelihood, this is a simple zigzag correction, and we are going to start hitting to the downside here. And I have been screaming this for the longest time, guys. Ever since we broke this level right here at 100K, I told you guys, and go back through my videos, everything is there. Follow me on X. If you follow me on X, everything is there. The second we broke 100K, I said, hey, this is the mega dump count that we are most likely in here. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 5 subwaves in our wave 3. But this would get us down to that next area of real support. And this is nothing more than a dead cat bounce pullback on our journey to this level. All right. Now, it doesn't have to be an impulse down, guys. I'm okay with that. I at least want to see this 5-wave impulse finish up, though. Because then I can say we have an ABC, an impulse down, correction, impulse down. We get down to fib targets beautifully right here. Just one more sweep of the lows, 78K. That's all I plan on taking my shorts down to right now. I'm not holding this to 69K. And I've already TP'd and paid myself on these shorts. That's just how we trade, right? But looking to still hold a majority to go sweep these lows. It doesn't really get any better looking than this, guys. It doesn't get any better looking than this. It's picture perfect, and I feel really sorry for anyone else listening to anybody else who doesn't have proven verifiable results, who doesn't show you their trades, who doesn't stand behind their trades, who doesn't give you proactive analysis, not just reactive analysis. I really feel sorry for people who still watch these nobodies. All right. See you in this weekend's video. Trade safe, guys. If you want to trade this stuff, Blowfin's the best non-KYC exchange. You guys know this if you watch my videos. If you want access to this bonus right here, up to 100K, and every single bonus they run for us, you get access to as long as you're signed up with the link pinned in the first comment below or code chart junkies. Make sure you check them out. They're the most legit non-KYC. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Hop into Discord, say what's up. Follow my trades, so much more in Discord. Make sure you're following me on X, guys. So much good content is posted on X. I'm really stepping up my content, and it's showing because we're getting the views over on X as well, guys. 16K. It's undeniable. Hope you guys caught this short. Trade safe. Love you.